Alright, good afternoon everyone. I'm JC for Life and we're back with another episode of D'Lo Brown Books NXT. So in our last episode we had our first NXT takeover, which went pretty well. We had a show of a 60, but a couple of things happened there. Like this cruiserweight match didn't do so well. The Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan stuff didn't do particularly well. The pre-show didn't end up being pretty well either, but and I think Triple H as the new commissioner on screen helps a lot, and probably will help a lot going forward because he's going to get like a decent chunk of like promo time, like announcing matches and like doing stuff like that. So we're going to run down our first show. We've got a depleted roster that is still being depleted because of call-ups. You know what? Everything is all booked. I have booked everything off camera. So let's just get down to it, right? We do have some stuff in the booking analysis to go through, in which Jessica Cara is being overloaded with reffing duties, and this will definitely affect her performance. That's absolutely understandable because they called up 2 of my 3 referees. I do have some offers on the table with new people and with like a new agent or 2 as well. So hopefully we'll get down and we'll get that called up. We'll get that used soon as well. Here are people that aren't being used on the card. I haven't used Chelsea Green and Robert Stone at all. Chelsea Green's unimportant and she's being managed by Robert Stone, who is recognisable. She's got happy morale despite not being used, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I'm just gonna like try and rotate people around as much as possible. And we do have some people that are taking up spots on the card that would be kind of considered unimportant, but you know, I just have to try and build them up and like make them better by being on TV and get them in positions where, you know, they will start to get over themselves eventually. So we're just going to start the show here and we're going to get down to it. We're going to talk through what's happening. Okay, so Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, 2 of the 4 horsewomen, defeat Xia Li and Sari in a pre-show tag match here. Not pretty good performances here, but Xia Li put in a good performance in the match, and Jessamine Duke done pretty well as well, so that's alright. Do have some penalising for being inexperienced and for inconsistency, but that, you know, that's okay. It's a pre-show match. I'm still kind of trying to work out the kinks here. Alright, so we start off with a backstage promo. We've got 4 guys who are trying to vie for spots to what was I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say. Oh no, I remember now. Because at TakeOver, Keith Lee defended his North American Championship against Johnny Gargano, and what ended up happening is both of those guys ended up getting called up. So I was kind of, and Ciampa got called up. He was part of that storyline as well with Gargano over being the #1 contender. So all 3 got called up. So that kind of left the North American title in a bit of a hot spot. So what I've done is I've put 4 guys together to try and build them up into like the mid-card title situation. So they're all arguing backstage with Triple H, trying to like put themselves over and trying to be like, oh, give me the title, give me the title, give me the title. And Triple H is just like, okay, this is wrong. It's not a 4-way match. It's a 4-way tournament. So later on tonight, we're going to have Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher and Killian Dane versus Kushida. 2 winners will face next week for the vacant North American Championship. Okay, Timothy Thatcher underperformed. Triple H was a real star. Kushida struggled because I scripted everyone else but not H, basically. Crowd got the crowd hotter. Crowd's off to a hot start. There we go. Lots of bonuses there for a start. Killian Dane is penalised for low morale. Kushida is penalised for being thrown off by Emperors, which, you know, is That's fair. The guy probably doesn't speak much English, so he didn't know how to react. That's on me. All right, it does indicate the creation of a pre-book, but you know what? We already have a book. That's okay. We got El Hijo del Fantasma versus Mansoor as a kind of a quick opening match. El Hijo done pretty well against Mansoor there. Commentary was pretty good. Mansoor being penalised for inexperience and got a bit of a bonus for being done to a hot crowd. So you know what, good job there. And I just have put over the fact that we'll see Finn Balor later on in the show tonight. Finn Balor, of course, being our new NXT champion, winning the vacant belt that was vacated by Adam Cole getting called up against Roddy Strong last night. Or not last night, but on Saturday night. Alright, so in the first match of our North American tournament, we have Matt Riddle defeating Timothy Thatcher in 7:53 with the guillotine choke. So that advances our championship scramble storyline. Matt Riddle done well. Timothy Thatcher didn't do as well. The match got the crowd hotter. So we've got good bonuses there by Riddle. Got good bonuses there for Thatcher, but both guys were penalised for holding back because it's a storyline bout. The agent report has got the crowd hotter. What we're going to do is we're going to return to the booking screen, and this has already happened. Alright, so the crowd has already worked. So we need to just have this as a regular match. And we'll rebook the segment. Now, next segment, Kona Reeves is cutting an interview about his upcoming match with Jake Atlas, where he takes him contempt, calling the match a complete waste of time and foregone conclusion. No specific comments to be made about this. Kona Reeves got a bonus for a good gimmick, but we got penalised for low morale. You know what? I wanted to feature him a little bit just to get his morale up. That was kind of the idea there. And a terrible match. Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne defeat Shotzi Blackheart and Casey Catanzaro when Aaliyah pins Casey with an Arabian Night. You know, it's a bad match. It is absolutely going to get a bad match. And I thought Shotzi Blackheart and Aaliyah had good chemistry together, but apparently that didn't really kind of pop off here. The commentary was good. Adam Pearce done well as the agent for the show. Got a bonus for the hot crowd, but again, inexperience and inconsistency kind of really punished that. Let's go back to the booking screen and see what's next. Kona Reeves versus Jake Atlas is next, and that's going to work the crowd back up again. Okay, that's alright, let's keep going. And Scarlett Bordeaux has come out and she's announced that she's signing a new client and will be debuting them soon. That's alright, gets a pop off of the crowd because hey, she looks good. Alright, moving on. And about it didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. Kona Reeves defeats Jake Atlas in 9-11 with a Hawaiian drop. Sarah Strock could have done a better job putting the match together. The match was purely crazy. The crowd was already hot and didn't need working. But I thought they were cooled from the bad match beforehand. That was kind of the deal that I was going for, but I guess I kind of read the room wrong. Right. Kona Reeves penalised for low morale. Sarah Stock was a bad agent for crowd management. So again, that's probably something I should look at there going forward. And had great heat and good wrestling in the second match of our North American Championship Scramble. Killing Dane defeats Kushida in 10:34 with the Ulster Plantation. That is pretty dang good. We've got two guys that done pretty well, 52 and 55. Announcing quality was good, colour commentary was good, match got the crowd hotter again. Very well done there. Did have penalties for inconsistency and holding back, and from the lack of heat from the associated storyline. So, alright, segment got a 59 though. So Triple H has come out and he has announced that next week it'll be Killian Dane versus Matt Riddle for the North American Championship next week. Got penalised for low heat and was limited for being short. But hey, still scored a 70, right? Now, Zach Gibson's backstage psyching up James Drake for his next match. That's alright, they get bonuses for good gimmicks. As we're having a new angle where the Grizzly Young Vets are getting a little bit of a build, kind of alongside Gallagher and Kendrick here, building up kind of the British lads. So James Drake, I don't think, if you've been watching a couple of episodes now of this series, you'll know that he's kind of been the weak link of this tag team. So what I've done is I've assigned Zach Gibson to him as a manager, so that he can hopefully kind of manage him up to like a good level, so it'll kind of improve his abilities and kind of get the team over in solo competition before they return back to the tag division. So that's alright. And about that had decent reaction from the crowd with subpar wrestling. See what I mean? James Drake defeats Only Larkin in 8:41 by pinfall with the Head and Shoulders DDT following interference from Danny Burch. So Only Larkin and Danny Burch, even though it's not kind of officially a storyline, that they're still kind of going to be going at each other a little bit. So good bonuses there. Bonus for a hot crowd. James Drake was penalised for chemistry, overwhelmed by manager. Only Larkin was penalised by inconsistency. I guess the problem there is that Gibson being the manager is overshadowing Drake, perhaps. Oh, Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick cut a promo backstage to kind of further their tag team overness a little bit. There we go, because they announced that they're starting tagging on the pre-show of TakeOver. So in a decent match, they defeat the Sings in 9:42 when Jack Gallagher pins Samir with the artificial elbow. Crowd were already hot, didn't need working. They've got good chemistry teaming together. That's good to know. So that'll build them up as being like a good tag team. And hopefully like the tag experience will build them up better as well. It did get penalised for having like two heel teams together. And Kendrick was penalised for declining physical ability. Got some inconsistency per crowd management as well. Ryan Kendrick did get a bonus for being protected though. That's alright. Only Larkin and Danny Burch are still brawling at the back. That's kind of that's alright. Danny Burch was penalised for low morale, but you know, that's probably one of their better segments lately, so we can kind of give it a pass. In our main event match of the evening, great heat and decent wrestling, Io Shirai defeats Miriam in 12:52 with a bridging German suplex. That's right, so Io Shirai probably will become the #1 contender for the women's title, but I think I want to keep the title on Tegan because Io's getting called up very soon. So the penalties were low morale for Io Shirai, medium for stamina, and for lack of associated storyline as well, because I set this to be like a high spots match. Alright, so Finn Balor is out celebrating his title win in the ring. Nothing interesting happened, so that was kind of a problem, but still scored a 55. Quality lifted the segment. It was done to a hot crowd, so he's out celebrating, and Pete Dunne comes out to attack him in the ring afterwards. And that will hopefully set up a match next week. There we go, and in the post-show match, we've got the four lads from the Championship Scramble. We've got Killian Dane and Timothy Thatcher. They defeat Matt Riddle and Kushida. Well, Killian Dane pins Kushida while using the ropes for leverage. Timothy Thatcher was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. He did get a bonus for being protected though, but you know, he's kind of far and away below the rest of them. It's a post-show match, so again I would probably get a penalty because, yeah, it did. I got the penalty for nobody taking it seriously because it was just to send the crowd home happy. Alright, and we'll finish the show. We got an overall rating of a 55. Lots of dud segments there, so lots of stuff that we can possibly learn from there. But you know what, that's going to happen. That's going to happen a lot more often because, you know, so many people are getting called up, and it's going to like throw off our rhythm for everything here. And I feel like that's only going to be a bad thing. So the only segments that really done well were the Triple H segments. That one Finn Balor appearance done pretty well. Killian Dane versus Kushida, actually, match of the night. Very good job for Damo and Kushida there. So we're just going to finish the show here. And we're going to move on to the next event after we see how other shows went tonight. And we look at the news. The news is Ivar, one half of the Viking Raiders, extended his contract, and that will keep him with the company. Fallout Ba gets a contract extension with Impact. Got a new champion in Ring of Honor where Mandy Leon has won the Women of Honor world title, which was vacated. Let's check out AEW Dynamite. They got a show rating of 86. They put the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers on TV. They had that 6-man Matt Hardy, Pac, and Moxley against Cabana, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela. Oof. And that was at Daily's place. They done pretty well for themselves there. And they taped AEW Dark. Nice, I'd done a 62. I had a lot of like kind of mid-tier matches. ROH done pretty well. It got a 69. Like from the Manhattan Center. But I think like they've only got an hour of TV to work with, I think, so that probably helps them a lot. I had Jay Lethal and Soldiers of Savagery defeat Villain Enterprises and Flip Gordon to retain the 6-man belts. Who's in that team anyway? Jasper Kahn and Malcolm Moses. PCO, Brody King and Flip Gordon making up Villain Enterprises there. Yeah, that's a pretty good show for ROH. So once again, USA Network is unhappy because we had a bad show review. Viewers, we got a 1.62 on TV. That's pretty good. ROH have increased their live event experience to large. So we can just eat all those emails there. Let's check out the ratings in the company wars. I'm really worried about ROH coming up and eating our lunch and taking us out of the top 5. I feel like that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. We're going to advance on to the next show and see what happens here over the next couple of days, and see if there's anyone who has let's see if we've got any new signings. Alright, so I think we've got some We've got some decisions to deal with. So, instead of contract negotiations you're conducting with Justin King, he will be paid $7,000 a month. I believe he's one of our he's going to be a referee. Alright, no guaranteed sign. It's 2 years. That's all well done. I don't need a medical. I can complete that signing. More decisions awaiting response. We put out feelers and tried to sign Mikey Oda as a third referee, so he'll be the senior referee here in the situation. And also we reached out to Sean Waltman, for the artist formerly known as X-Pac, and he will be, I believe we're going to be like working with us as a road agent. I said never involved in ring work. And I think I wanted him as an agent, but also like as a personality, so like I can have him appear on screen, but like not in a capacity where he's going to be like taking bumps or anything like that. Okay, Killian Dane got called up to the main roster. That's immediately just throwing our stuff into distribute, and Bobby Fish got called up to the main roster. So that's messed up our storylines. Welp. So with Killian Dane getting called up, I think that makes the title match Matt Riddle versus Kushida. Or what I can do is I can go in and pre-book for TV, because the news has come out that Killian Dane's gotten called up. So what we can do is we can pre-book a triple threat between the remaining three, which is Kushida, Matt Riddle, and Timothy Thatcher. And make that for the vacant North American Championship. So that's what I can do there. I honestly thought that this was going to be a quick episode where I would just do that, and like set up everything and be done with it. So Matt Riddle will win the match. It's a storytelling match. We'll protect Timothy Thatcher again. It'll be a scripted open match. Everyone will get their stuff in, and it will be a decisive submission finish. Because we want Matt Riddle to win with that rear naked choke again, try and get that over as a good finish. Is that the one he calls the bro mission? I'm not sure. And yes, we will pre-book that as our main event for next week. And we will pre-book the angle. What am I looking for? 4 participants. And we need to rebook this. Thatcher, Kushida. Matt Riddle. Let's keep everyone in script this time to protect Kushida. And we can have that like that. And we can advance the Championship Scramble storyline. That will be pre-booked. I don't think I put this as the storyline here. And also I think it is for organizational purposes and not required. I want to book another James Drake match against it's basically against someone who's like further down the card. Raul Mendoza. Winner will be James Drake. I don't want to sit Matt James just yet. I want it to be decisive. I want it to be pinfall. I want Zach Gibson to be at ringside for that as well. So that will be pre-booked. And I forgot to advance the storyline on that as well. So that will be pre-booked, and you know what? We're going to pre-book a match on the other side of the coin as well. We're going to have Zach Gibson in singles action also. Actually, you know what? We're going to have Jack Gallagher in singles action. And he's going to be in action against Swerve. Let me keep that as regular. Jack Gallagher is going to win. It's going to be a scripted match. It's going to be a decisive. We're going to have Jack Gallagher win by submission this time. And Brian Kendrick will be at ringside for that. I should probably make that into a storyline as well. The Elite loses a member. The Elite has disbanded. Ooh. Ooh. That's big. That is big. That they don't have the Elite anymore. So who have they got now? They've got the inner circle. They've got SCU. They still got the Dark Order. They've got the Jurassic Express still. They've got the Best Friends. They've got the Strong Hearts. Here's their tag teams. Why don't they have... They don't have Death Triangle listed there. Lucha Brothers are there, but they don't have Death Triangle listed, so they don't have like... They don't have like Pac and the Lucha Brothers together. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's keep it motoring anyway towards the next show. Maybe I should set up that Jack Gallagher Brian Kendrick storyline. I do need a face team to probably take the titles off Imperium though. Or I should probably just feature Imperium more often. More like. Okay, so we've got more decisions. So Mike Chioda has agreed the deal. He's going to be paid. He's coming in on a handshake deal of $150 a show. That's alright. Waldman is still being considered. Oh no. So Killian Dane got called up, Bobby Fish got called up, that's alright. Pete Dunne has chosen to relocate, he now lives in the southeast region. Matt Riddle got called up to the main roster. And so did Dexter Lumis. Oof. That is again going to affect our storylines. So that's basically going to leave Kushida versus Thatcher. Both those guys who won #1 contenders matches are both got called up. Ooh. Ooh, that's a big oof. Pete Dunne's due to get called up tomorrow. Norman Smiley's going to get called up in 2 days. Finn Balor's going to get called up in 9 days. So he needs to drop the title this week. But to who? Damian Priest getting called up as well. Io Shirai's getting called up. Shawn Michaels is getting called up. Mia Yim's getting called up. I'm going to have nobody left. I'm gonna have nobody left. David Starr wins the British J-Cup. I can go into my pre-booking now, and that's wasted. I need to change this to Kushida versus Timothy Thatcher. So Kushida has to go over now. Because there's no way that I'm putting an unimportant Timothy Thatcher over with the championship. So that's going to be bad. That's gonna be bad. Let's keep motoring here. If we can make it, let's see if we can make it to Wednesday and see what happens. Hopefully nobody else gets moved. Monday. We've got another one here. X-Pac is signed. That is good for us. We have a new road agent. Let's just read all those emails. That's alright. Conor Reese has big morale issues. Why are you angry? Why? I put you in matches. I won. I made you win. Why are you mad? Furious at the booking of a match on NXT next month. I can't read that. Never moveset assigned. So I had to change his name to Lee Brian Kendrick because that's his name. He is Lee Brian Kendrick. Where did we get up to? We got up to Monday. We're simming Tuesday. We get to Wednesday, we'll be okay. I'll check out like the early Wednesday news, and we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. So we've got some emails. Mia Yim has been called up. Norman Smiley has been called up. Jordan Devlin has signed a one-night only deal with the WWE. Let's eat all those. I need to find Jordan Devlin here. Employed by NXT Handshake, Progress Handshake, NXT UK Handshake. You keep sounding like main roster, like one day only deals. He's valued at $240 per show. He's got an ironclad guarantee clause. You know what? I can be like, you know, he wants a higher cut of the merch, but I can't give him more than 10% because Triple H won't let me. So I'm going to offer him $265 get him off this handshake deal with NXT and have him like sign directly with us. I think that will help. I won't make it an exclusive written contract though, because I do want him like to work somewhere else. That might be useful to us. Okay, let's look at the call-ups that I am waiting for. Okay. Alberto is a wrestler and a manager. Who did we want her to manage? Who's going to be left for her to manage, I think, is the big question. Okay, so Sean Waltmans and Justin King and Mike Yoder are in as referees. Sarah Del Rey's agent's getting called up. Michelson agent's getting called up. Sheeta's getting called up from developmental in 4 days. Kona Reeves getting called up in 6 days. Good, so I don't have to worry about Kona Reeves anymore. Damian Priest is getting called up tomorrow, so today would be his last match. NXT. Whenever we eventually get that far and make it. We do need to take the title off Finn Balor tonight. It's a pity Pete Dunne got called up though. I'm so mad about that. I mean, they gave me 30 days notice, so like I should have saw it coming, but you know, you keep getting salty about these things because it keeps ruining all of my plans. Well, at least, you know, X-Pac is contracted to NXT. So that's pretty good. He'd be a good color commentator as well, actually. If we ever let Beth Phoenix go. But yeah, that's gonna be decimation in another week. Anyway, we're gonna save it up and we're gonna call it time there. Mostly because I gotta go get ready to go to my day job. But next week we'll be booking week 3, 3rd of July, or week 3 of July, not week 3, the 3rd of July. Sorry, my bad. I believe, if I am correct in saying, if I look at availability, I can kind of look here. Okay, so we're now here. So WWE just had a pay-per-view. But if we look down here, Sunday week 3 of August, that's Austin Theory is booked there, so that's a Sunday night, so that's probably going to be a pay-per-view. So we've put ourselves a takeover here Sunday of week 3 of August, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more episodes of TV, and then another pay-per-view. But hopefully I can kind of drag the shows out of the doldrums, because we got another 55 here. Hopefully we're going to crack the 60s very soon, but with everyone getting called up, I'm really hesitant to say anything about that, because I know it's not going to end well. Anyhow, we'll just keep booking TV and hope for the best, and hopefully our boy here, D'Lo Brown, we have a current reputation of 7. Hopefully we can build up our booking skill and our business acumen, and end up doing pretty well for ourselves hopefully very soon. Alright, thank you all very much for watching, for sticking around this long and listening to me waffle over everything and nothing. I'll see you guys tomorrow.